Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful sunny morning on the 9th of June. We've just finished morning prayer and we've been reading through James recently, coming to the end of it. We're in the last chapter now. We were reading James's very challenging words. And one of the things that struck me, because we've been doing our reading, as many of you know, reflectively, trying to provide opportunity for people to chip in with the things that are striking them, that the Holy Spirit is probably stirring up for us to think about and reflect on during the day. In the expectation and understanding that God gives us daily bread, and the thing that stood out for me was the word patience. For somebody else, it was perseverance, and I think that the two are together in very clearly in James's writing. They are repeated words in between 7 and 11. Of chapter 5, but the other thing that stood out for me is the emphasis upon the Lord coming, and so patience and perseverance and the Lord coming are what have resonated for me in this passage, and in the context of thinking about praying for the church at this time, and all the challenges of responding to this disruptive, enormously changing time that we're in, and there's a sense in me that sometimes I try and rush on and get things sorted. I think we all do sometimes, and there's something about the call to patience. It's not that we don't do things. So James put into the context of how a farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, and how patient he is for the autumn and the spring rains. But that's not to say that the farmer hasn't done quite a lot of work in the run up to that, of course. It's not that we aren't doing things, and that we just kind of sit back in a passive way. It's like active waiting patience, as we wait for the Lord to do His work, and He does His work in all sorts of different ways, and ways that we often aren't privy to, we can't see. So I love that kind of emphasis. There's this sense of the Lord is coming, and it's a very active. The Lord is coming. He's coming to help you. Persevere, be patient. And it's set into the context of the two other things that we know about the Lord's coming, and that is that He has already come. Jesus has already come. He's already been amongst us. He has ascended to the Father, and He's left the Holy Spirit. He's given the Holy Spirit that we may know Him in our day and our time, and we may know, because He has come once, His coming in our daily lives today, and around us. The Lord is coming in a very real sense in the present time, and we can expect His help and His provision. He likens it to Job, who persevered, and we've seen what the Lord finally brought about. What the Lord finally brought about in Job's life was restoration. Amongst all the challenges and the difficulties he went through, there was this wonderful restoration that happened, and that's set into the context of an expectation. Of course, this all is set into the context of this expectation that the Lord will return, and He's going to come again in glory, and He's going to bring all things together under His headship, under His rule, under His reign, which is at work now, but will be all brought together in the future. So we have this future hope. We have this present understanding and hope as an expectation the Lord is coming now. And we're very thankful the Lord has already come, and therefore we can be patient, therefore we can be persevering. And I'm going to choose to exercise patience in these days, even though it's so counterintuitive to me, and I'm going to choose to enter into patience, perseverance, and trust God in that, and know His peace in that, because I know He is peace and He will work in me to help me in that way. And I encourage you to do the same.